But even with that, I want to embrace new technology. It's the next piece to think about. I have to embrace new technology. We pushed out cryptocurrency. We pushed out blockchain. We pushed out hemp. I mean, hemp is amazing for farmers. Cannabis, we pushed out cannabis products. People think, well, Larry, you want cannabis because you want people to get high. Okay, to be clear, the only people who might be squarer than me are maybe Mormons. Because the only drug I use is caffeine. That's it. That's the only.
Well, I'm a Mormon, so
you're squarer than I am.
Right.
Okay. Yes,
right.
you're squarer than I am.
But I will tell you this: my daughter has cerebral palsy. She has stroke. She has seizures all the time. Mm-hmm. Here in Texas, you cannot use cannabis.
Yep.
And the doctors have all said, you might want to try cannabis. Mm-hmm. My daughter is so literal and straight as an arrow. Mm-hmm. She will not do it because it's against the law.
Yep.
And what am I supposed to do as a dad? What do we do?
Take her someplace where she can. That's the answer. Move. And I don't want you to move. I don't want New Yorkers to move. The issue with cannabis is severalfold. Number one, it helps out farmers. Again, hemp is amazing. Hempcrete, hemp plastic, hemp rope, hemp. Let these farmers create these things. Let them survive. I don't want them killing themselves. I want them actually having a chance at being viable. Let them do it. But on top of that, they'll start selling it, which means there has to be stores that sell the hempcrete and the hemp this and the hemp that. So we're making stores too. It's amazing. But cannabis products too. Cannabis for people who have cerebral palsy. Cannabis for people who can't sleep. Cannabis for people who want to relax. I don't care. Whatever the case may be, you can create cannabis products. They can be, cigarettes, or they can be edibles. They can be liquids. Let people do what they want to do. Your point's a perfect one. I've had many, many people in New York State, across the country, but I'm focusing on my state, obviously, have chronic pain. Mm-hmm. So you have a couple of options. Option one right now, take an opioid. Yeah, 80% of all our addicts come from a prescription FDA-approved drug for pain, opioid. Why would I encourage that ever? That's horrible. Or the other option is nothing, suffer. Because right now, New York State's answer is punish the doctors and put them in jail. Because you know what always works? Hit it with a stick. That always works. I don't like that. Hit it with a stick. That's not how it works. So now doctors are becoming afraid to actually prescribe it. What does that mean? Faster to heroin, faster to meth. You've just made that pipeline even faster. So trying to make things work, you've made the pipeline to heroin faster. Mm-hmm. Wow. How bad is that?
And when you realize that the Treasury Department, when the 21st Amendment was passed and they repealed prohibition, they had all these Treasury agents. What do we do?
Yep.
That's when we started going after cannabis.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was yet another government program that wanted to save jobs.
Always.
How can we save jobs?
Yes. Yes. The last option they have is what women have told me. I don't know why it's only women. They've said, Larry, I hope you make marijuana legal. And I said, why? He said, because I have so much pain at night. I have to smoke it so I can go to sleep. So I have my son go and buy it. I don't want him going to jail. So the other option is being a criminal. I have an idea. How about I stop judging people for trying to get rid of their chronic pain? I said I want happy New Yorkers. I meant that. If you have chronic pain, you can't hang out with your friends and family. You can't do things that make you happy. Who am I to tell you you can't do that? It's not my place. If cannabis gives you a better life, then have a better life. If it gives you a better farm, then have a better farm. If it gives you a better business, do a better business. And I don't want to do it like California and Washington and Colorado have done, because they've done it to a point where they've taxed it so much there's still a black market. Mm-hmm. I'm going to treat cannabis and hemp like onions, with one exception, 18 years or older ID to purchase. Otherwise, it's onions. Because if you have chronic pain and you're poor, why is your life over? I have an idea. Grow your medicine in your backyard. Do that. Let's make happy New Yorkers. Let's make it so the little guy wins and the big guy doesn't win. If we regulate and tax hemp and cannabis a lot, here's what I guarantee you. Big business wins, small farmers and small business loses every single time. I was at a cannabis investment summit about a month ago or so in New York City. And they asked me to speak because I'm the only candidate who's saying, let's do this. Everyone else is like, no, don't do it. So they invited me to speak. There were hundreds of millions of dollars being invested. Guess how much went to New York State? Zero. Big donut, nothing. Hundreds of millions of dollars going to other states and other countries, not to my state. We could desperately use that investment, and not government money, not taxpayer money, banker money that's going out anyplace, not going to New York State. We could create an environment of craft grows, small business owners. We could do it, but we don't.